Victim blaming occurs when the victim of a crime is held responsible, in whole or in part, for what's happened to them. It could look or sound something like this. Well, when someone dresses the way she does, she's asking for it. He should have liked it. She was totally drunk, so she can't be remembering things right. She was flirting with him. What did she expect? I know Dom is a really nice person and would never do something like that. She's just trying to make him look bad because he broke up with her. They just regret having sex and are trying to cover up their bad choices by crying rape. One reason people blame a victim is to distance themselves from an unpleasant occurrence because it gives a false sense that this couldn't happen to me. For example, when someone genuinely thinks that I wouldn't go out alone at night in that area, or I wouldn't drink so much that I didn't know what was happening to me, this somehow ensures that they will never be raped. Because approximately 90% of rape survivors know the perpetrator prior to the offence, we can be quite well assured that that line of reasoning will provide little to no safeguard, and we need to help people understand that these are not helpful reactions. Victim blaming is a damaging action which removes the responsibility from the offender. Defence cases are often built around the actions of the victim leading up to the incident, to include what they were wearing, how much they'd had to drink, and their state of mind at the time of the incident. And like no other type of crime, sexual violence sparks public debate, with society regularly giving more support to some victims over others. Victims of theft, for example, are rarely treated with such disparity. One of the biggest sources of victim blaming is the way we talk about it, and the language surrounding sexual assault can quickly put our attention on the victim instead of the perpetrator. For example, Megan met Dom at a party. Dom gave Megan a spiked drink. Later on, Megan was assaulted by Dom. This is written in a passive voice so that Megan, the victim, comes first, and it suggests that it is her fault that she's been assaulted. Look what happens though when we change the sentence and write it in an active voice. Dom met Megan at a party. Dom gave Megan a spiked drink. Later on, Dom assaulted Megan. Now the statement becomes about the perpetrator and what he has done. There is no suggestion that Megan is at fault. Victim blaming attitudes marginalise the victim and make it harder to come forward and report sexual violence. If the victim believes that society is going to blame them for the sexual violence, then they will never feel safe or comfortable coming forward and reporting it. It is never the victim's fault that they've experienced sexual violence. It is the perpetrator's actions that cause it to take place. And by engaging in victim blaming attitudes, even unconsciously through the use of our language, society allows perpetrators to commit sexual violence and avoid accountability for their actions. If we don't challenge victim blaming when we see it occurring, we're helping to perpetuate the problem.